216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
If I had a baby, I'd name it Alan Cox. Wrap it in a blanket and give it up for adoption in one of those countries where you can't drink the water.
100.7.
That's what I think of you, Alan Cox.
WMMS.
We got hot celebrity goss not far off, courtesy of our own Perez Bilton. That'll be closer to 4:30. There will be another $1,000 right around that time as well. Your Cleveland Cavaliers will kick off the regular season tomorrow night. It's an away game. They're on the road in Toronto to play the Raptors. That's Chris Bosh on the Toronto Raptors. That's Fred Horkelman. Who was Fred Van Horkelman?
You know what? He could be on their team. I don't know who's
Fred Van Vliet?
No, he's on the Rockets, I believe. Now.
But he was on the Raptors, I believe.
Yes, at one point.
Anyway, Cavs-Raptors in Toronto tomorrow night. 7:30 is your tip-off. And then the home opener at the Romo Fijo Friday night, 7:30, against the Detroit Pistons. An exciting season with Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland and Evan Mobley and another Mobley. Aren't there two Mobleys?
Yeah,
Isaiah Mobley. Max Strus, he's out. Who's the guy with the fro? Jared Allen. Jared Allen. Who else do they have? They still have Karis LeVert?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, they pretty much kept the whole team together.
Oh, there you go. All right. And yes, ladies, they still have Dean Wade. Mm-hmm. So your Cavs tomorrow night on MMS. Also, we used to have a young man on this show who didn't want to poop in public, wanted to be at home, didn't want to do it at work. Well, if you are at the exact opposite end of the spectrum and you can't wait to poop in public, your time has come. Right here in Cleveland, Ohio. There's a company in Portland that makes these public loos. And Cleveland Planning Commission has given the green light for the city's first outdoor public bathrooms. There will be 4 of them. And these are, if you haven't seen a photo of them, these are, they kind of have there's a grate near the bottom, there's a grate near the top. They're unisex. The first of them will be installed this fall in Cleveland. If you've ever been to a city that has outdoor public toilets, they really run the gamut. You know, I was still...
the poo and pee's going to be there no matter what, so you might as well get the toilets.
Right. Yeah. I was still living in Pittsburgh some 20 years ago when they started putting their first public toilets on the south side there on Carson Street. And at that time, they would just look like giant eggs. And you would get in there, a problem that every city has, and they have to kind of work this into the design, is how do you keep homeless people from just living in them? In the early days of public toilets, that was what they had to contend with. And I think given the design that they're showing now, they might have figured that out. But public toilets in and around Cleveland, Ohio, they'll be installed. They'll be the first public toilets installed outside of the metro parks. They'll put them in Canal Basin Park. Do you know where that is? Perk Plaza. What is Perk Plaza?
I don't know, right?
And at the corner of East 17th and Payne Avenue. A company called Portland Loo, LOO, which is considered the national standard of public crappers. So, listen, is it a valuable public service? Yes. Stainless steel. The word stainless is really going to get put to the test there. Graffiti proof, so you can't tag them with whatever you want to put on there. I imagine that excludes smearing poop. Is that considered tagging something when you smear your poop?
It's still getting washed off. So
oh, okay. They'll hose these off?
I imagine.
So these are oval kiosks with 2 hand washing stations, a built-in pressure washer. Imagine doing so much damage that you need a pressure washer.
The bidet to end all bidets.
Oh, boy.
Hey, get that.
You think it's satisfying when they do a driveway?
Yeah. I'll tell you what, just wait. I give it 10 days before these things are completely broken and need to be tended to.
I'm sure there's going to be constant maintenance on them. But I still think they're worth it to keep people from pooping on the streets and peeing less in public. Because, I mean, you know, like using the the stairwells in our parking garage, it always smells like pee.
Oh, it's terrible. I mean, the men's room here smells like a public park. I don't know what there's no urinal cakes or anything. There's no attempt made whatsoever to mask the smell.
The closest thing to urinal cakes in those urinals is just Zins. Someone just spitting their Zin into the urinal.
Little pinch between the cheek and gums, and then you're peeing on it.
How's the pee situation there, Mary? Does it smell pretty bad?
No. New York City? Nope. Doesn't smell like human urine at all.
Why's it got to be human?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it could be anything. It's really that olfactory melange there that you get that makes New York City so exciting. Such a fun place to be.
It's better now that it's cooling off.
Now
yeah,
the
summer.
Oh, yeah.
The summer smells so bad.
It's oppressive.
Pretty gross.
It's like punching you in the face with poop and pee.
Very upsetting. Yeah.
New York City.
You at least got there that now that they have garbage cans instead of just putting the garbage on the street.
Well, they still put the garbage on the street.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there are people with cans, but a lot of places don't care. They just put the trash on the street.
So weird.
So the design of these, if you've seen the photo, it has open grates. They're kind of open top and bottom. They say to allow the sights and sounds to carry outside the restrooms while maintaining privacy. You think that you wouldn't want to broadcast the sounds of what's happening in there. But 18 cities over the past few years have had hundreds of these things set up. Fort Wayne, Indiana, Reno, Nevada, Asheville, North Carolina. I wonder if they lost theirs in Helene.
It's the only thing still standing.
Yeah, right? The Portland Loo. And Anchorage, Alaska. Boy, Alaska sounds like fun. Imagine spiriting yourself off to Anchorage, Alaska with a loved one. Just curling up. Stone's throw from a Portland Loo. They have them in Philly, too. And I guess the reviews have been pretty good. It's going to cost the city of Cleveland $600,000. And, of course, this is the culmination of anytime a city wants to do this, they have to commission these years-long public restroom studies. I'd like to be the person in charge of that, too. Frank, we need you to commandeer, we need you to spearhead the public restroom study as to whether or not they would be good and cost-efficient and how we can make sure that homeless people don't sleep in them and turn them into little apartments. So they determined in this study that the worries that people have, homeless people in there, people doing drugs, banging,
drugs all over the place,
right?
Banging, whatever.
A lot of other cities say they don't even
get out of there when they're done.
Well,
just don't, as long as they don't live in them. But also, why not make places where they can live?
I mean, back in the day, the public toilets you used to have, they were coin operated. You have to put change in them like a parking meter to get in. They weren't open. This article they were talking about, we don't even...
I think they should make it like a claw game.
What do you have to get?
you have to you take your dump and then you use the claw to try and...
Ugh,
wait, to get out?
To flush it. To flush it.
Yeah. I think, and obviously this wouldn't be great if you were under pressure, if you really need to get in there, but I think anybody does...
Pressure makes diamonds, Alan.
I know it does. Practice makes progress. Mm-hmm. Anybody who is in there to do a number two, it should be like a pay it forward thing. Incorporating Bill's claw machine idea is if you've taken a number two, you don't flush. And the benefits are twofold. One, you don't waste that water. Two, the next person has to use the claw
to remove your dump.
To remove your poo.
That's so, you guys are
That's
so
how
gross.
you get it. Mary, we're visionaries, all right? You can
to
call it
come up with
gross all
ideas.
you want.
Well,
Public toilets are fundamentally gross.
You don't even have any ideas. You're not even contributing.
Where's your constructive criticism?
I think they're doing great. I don't think they need a poop claw machine. is all I'm saying.
Nobody needs a poop claw machine, but why not make the public restroom industry a bit more fun?
And
'Cause
be
if
a
you
little
have
bit
to stand there-
innovative.
Innovative.
Then you have to stand there and smell it while you play the game. And then you're going to end up puking and
Smell
making
it?
even
No,
more mess.
these are long oval structures. You are at the far end of where the toilet is. You're at opposite ends. There's a little screen. You
A
work the
screen,
claw.
Yeah, and you watch it. It makes all the sense in the world to me.
I don't know who's
don't
not
know
getting
why,
this.
yeah,
Who's
right.
not getting this? I couldn't believe when I first saw they commissioned this study that they didn't come directly to
us.
AC.
Yeah.
Even though the poop claw is Bill's idea, I would have consulted him, and then they would have come to
I'd be
us
like, have I got an idea for you?
in tandem. Since they'll be set up near pre-existing water and sewer lines, they won't cost extra to install. So there you go. They said the venting helps with smells and things of that nature.
Oh, yeah.
I think smells is all you need to say.
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
if things of that nature is
nature,
required.
yeah.
It's like when people say high rate of speed. You don't need rate of. High speed. We get it.
7 a.m. in the morning.
Yep, that's right. He called me at 7 a.m. in the morning. So what are you doing? So, one in Canal Basin, one in the corner of East 17th and Payne, fittingly in front of the Virgil E. Brown building studio, and then one at Perk Plaza. I don't know what Perk Plaza is.
Neither do I.
But that's where one is going to be. I thought they were putting 4 of them out there. But Perk Plaza, East 12th, near Cathedral of St. John the Evangelist. So that's right down here.
It's not far.
Nope.
East side.
Yep. Right on the other side of a couple of blocks south of us. Back behind that building with the FedEx and So there you go. Hello, Susan.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Hi, what's going on?
So I just have some disgusting restroom knowledge. My dad,
Let's go.
years ago, used to work for the Metro Parks. And the reason why they had to put the grates down in the bathrooms that you just, poop in and stuff were because people were hiding down there that had fetishes to get pooped on.
Let these people, they're not harming anyone.
We
It's
don't
a
have to say
victimless
people.
crime.
We don't have to say people. We can say men. This was
Yeah.
men. This wasn't. This was
Pee
not,
people.
There weren't women there like, I really want to got pooped on. This was a
Let me
man's
just climb
world.
down there and look at your hole. That's just, ugh.
I mean, again, it's a victimless crime. I don't get what the
It is.
problem is.
Well, they got locked out. They got locked out of the poopers.
Wow. After, who determined that was happening? Was somebody
what a
sitting
bad
there
day.
and looked down and saw a couple of eyes blinking at them or what?
I have no idea, but it was, my dad's almost 80 now, but it was long ago when I was younger, and he's like, yeah, we have to do this thing where we got to put these grates on the poopers down there because people are crawling in them and watching people poop. I was like, oh my God.
Imagine having that conversation with your dad.
Imagine just
How
how
was your day at work, Dad?
Just imagine how disappointed you are in society at that moment. You're just
on.
you're like, I got a job at the Parks Department. It's beautiful. I work with nature. I get to do, and then they go, well, today is poop great day because
It's a great day to poop.
It's a great day to be alive if you're Susan's dad, right?
because it didn't happen once. It happened enough times that they're like, this is a problem.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
also,
one or two times, we'll let it go, but not a dozen.
Yeah, you go, hey, don't do this again, and then they keep getting in there.
Yeah.
And it's different
yeah.
people, different guys each time.
And I mean, Susan's dad was dealing with this, I assume, pre-internet.
Yeah.
You couldn't get the word out.
Yes,
Now
way
you could get the
pre-internet,
word out
way
immediately. Back then it had to be, if you'll pardon the word of mouth, that people got to know.
I'm
all
sure
of
it was
that.
on the news, too. There's probably news stories about it.
Pea
They
drinkers
had
in your city?
diarrhea
Yeah.
out of the mouth.
Oh,
it was
God.
diarrhea out of the mouth. That's how they spread the word.
Terrible, terrible, terrible. Susan's having a great time with this dad story of hers.
Susan, you're gross.
Oh. All right, thank you, Susan.
All right, you guys take care. Bye.
You too.
Hey,
There's a little
you go.
cautionary tale there from
What I like to
Susan.
do, pee pee poo, pee pee poo, poo poo. I like to do too, poo poo, pee pee poo. Poo poo, pee pee poo, poo pee 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 poo poo poo. Oh, pee pee's what I like to do, pee pee poo, pee pee poo, poo poo. I like to do too, poo poo, pee pee poo.
Alan all these public restrooms, I hope they have poop knives. Yeah. Somebody else points out, it's bold of you guys to assume that my stools are firm enough to grab with the claw. Well, all right. Maybe there'll be like a makeshift scoop. Alan, screw the poop claw. How about poop bonus hole?
Oh, no.
I don't know how that would work.
Pushing it
Yeah, there's a
forward.
bunch of poo on a ledge, and then you got to push the poo.
Yeah.
By adding more poo into the slot?
Yeah.
This is terrible.
Alan, my ex-wife, and I honeymooned in Limerick, Ireland, 2018. They had the pay-to-use public bathrooms in the park. 1 in 5 were operational. The other 4 were broken or had homeless people or people shooting up. And yeah, again, that's what might be in the subsequent 6 years. They might have figured out those design flaws. And I would also imagine Limerick, Ireland was not spending $600,000 on public loos, but also devotion to accuracy. Isaiah Mobley not on the Cleveland Cavaliers, I'm being told.
Oh, he's not anymore?
I guess not. Send him somewhere else, if this person is correct.
Hey, Pete in Pittsburgh. Also, I want to thank you very much for the heads up of telling me and the audience, our fragile eggshell minds, that Mary's leaving, because it's a stupid thing, but it means something to me in my day-to-day life. Not a big thing, but, it's just interruptions, whatever. Thanks. Hate the show.
All right, whatever he's talking about, there's Pete in Pittsburgh. He's happy to know that we're keeping him abreast.
Instead of just finishing out the year and then me not coming back.
Mary's gone. Yeah. Congratulations. Also, forget the poop and pee.
He's still on a 2-way contract with the G League with a charge, so he's still technically on the team.
Isaiah Mobley.
I think. He said 22 to 24.
No,
maybe he's not on this season. Maybe he's not 24, 25. So
that's my contract.
Okay.
That's what you found was my
You're
contract.
on a 2-way with the G League.
That's actually why I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Play basketball.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. They call me Mayor 2 G League.
You think people think women aren't funny.
Oh, just wait until a 5'2" overweight white woman joins the G League.
It's like a 2-way contract is not enough for me. I'm going to need more ways than that.
Yep.
Cleveland, Ohio
3-way,
is
4-way, 5-way. There's a ton of different ways you can get it.
right.
Yeah.
Cleveland just squeezes into easily one of the most brag-worthy lists. Every year they do the top 10 rat-infested cities in the United States. Cleveland just squeezing in at number 10. Congratulations, Cleveland. The great city of Chicago, Illinois, has claimed the top spot for the 10th year in a row. Well, it is a city of alleys, and that means that you're going to have a lot of rats living all over the place. L.A., New York, San Francisco, Detroit, Baltimore. Cleveland, number 10, rattiest city in the United States. So, well done. We're getting public crappers, and that's going to be a boon to the city's rat population, too. Do you see the video of the guy and his wife that are in the car? They were in a car park, and they pull out, and there's a rat sitting on their windshield wiper. And so they get out I'll show it to you. They kind of get out and it jumps up on the guy. Like this rat just leaps on him.
My home. Why my home?
Guy gets out to shoo it away. Just jumps up on his shirt. It's like, I'm just trying to get it off my car, man. Oh,
they were about to have a Ratatouille situation, but this guy gave up.
Yeah. He could have had a friend for life right there.
It's a big rat.
I love that they still have a Discman affixed to their dash.
Hey.
There's still people rocking it, man. Old school. I love it. Hey, Jeff.
How's it going, guys?
What's up, Jeff?
So I have a poop story for you guys.
Good.
My buddy who lived down the street from me when I was living in Cleveland, he used to have a party every 4th of July. Well, one year we decided to drop a deuce, and it ended up in a purse. So the thing ended up out on the road, and, well, before you know it, people are driving by, and you'd hear the car go, "Grrr," and they would put it in reverse. Then they would pick it up. They would take off, and in about 5 seconds later, you heard, "Grrr." Well, before you know it, there's like 20 drunk people standing behind these houses trying not to laugh. And everybody's going, "Oh, that's so disgusting." But years after, everybody was there, and now there's hundreds of people at this party waiting for the poop purse. Great times, let me tell you.
What do you mean it ended up in a purse?
Well, somebody deuced in the purse.
Yeah. So this is a person that you knew? Was this person you, Jeff?
How are you going to put me on the spot like that?
You said it was a long time ago. I imagine that there's probably nobody has any recourse for this now, right? I bet that the statute of limitations on any kind of litigation is long gone, Jeff.
You're probably right, but I'm still not going to answer that question.
He's pleading you're right. I gotcha. Okay, thank you, Jeff.
I pooped my
appreciate
pants.
it.
I ate too much corn.
Man, he's really playing it close to the vest, isn't he?
Just ended up in there, okay?
Just ended up in a purse.
Let it go.
It was a knockoff Coach.
I have hot snakes, you guys.
What's hot snakes?
It's when the diarrhea comes out like a hot snake.
Andy!
I get hot snakes and bubble gut.
Andy, stop talking about hot snakes.
I've got to take a break. I will have, King Diamond tickets for you. Everybody been hitting me up for King Diamond. The show is not far off. King Diamond, your headliner. That tour is back at the Agora on November the 6th. Oh, just a couple of Wednesdays away until we'll be back in his presence. So I'll have those for you. We'll get hot celebrity gossip from Perez Bilton in a bit. 4:30 is that next keyword to grab $1,000 from the Buzzard bookie coming up.
It's the Alan Cox Show.